Alright, so we're balancing out tire number 4 for the season, the Shinko. Notice I got her back on my homemade tire balancing thing. It's the rear tire, so I'm not using... On the front tire, you can use the front forks. You just pull your calipers off the rotors and run the axle through the forks, and you can balance it that way. On the back tire, you can't do that because on these Ventures or on any shaft drive bike, because there's too much tension on the shaft. So anyway, I got this one all balanced out. Number 4 balanced. I had to add some serious weight here. Not really serious. It's just a clip on. See this piece right here, because she was out of balance, and boy, she balanced out really nice now. No movement. Everything's nice and smooth. Everything sounds good. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, here's a little secret. One of the nice things about working on your own bike is you can take the time. You're not at the mercy of the shop who's trying to make $1 per hour on doing a tire swap. They just boom, 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 and it's over. I like to take my time and check things. As you know, you've been watching my videos and stuff. I like to check my Schrader valve and check the condition of the O-ring and stuff on the bottom of the Schrader, on the back of the valve stem, and clean up the rims real well, and just kind of, my bikes get spoiled, okay? Well, here's something else. Once you get her on your balance rack, whatever that may be, you know, if it's a couple of 2x4s sticking up in the air with nails sticking out and an axle through it and tire on it, and you let her see, spin her a little bit and let her see where she's balancing out at. Okay, here's something you can always do afterwards. Just check your bearings. You know, get my bearings, if you will. Hey, look, we got interrupted again here. Hi, babe. Hi, sweetheart. Checking the bearings. All right, you know, there's a lot of ways you can check them. Okay, I mean, and I keep a close eye on the bearings on my bike. You know, you can degrease them and clean them, and if they're greasable bearings, they're not seal bearings, and just feel them, see what kind of, see if they're notchy and all that good kind of stuff. Yada yada yada. You guys know how to check bearings, all right? But always do this. Anytime that you're balancing a tire, unless you're doing it for hire and you don't have time to do what you're trying to make it by. But this, you know, taking the time to do this is like one of the nice things about doing your own tires. So now listen to this. See if you can hear this. These should be fairly silent. Bearings don't usually make a lot of noise. Okay, when they do start to make noise, it's usually an issue. So as soon as this bike gets done going by out here at the end of my driveway, I get interrupted a lot. It's like people with motorcycles around here are like all over me. Listen. Not a Harley. That's a VTX 1800. Can always tell the difference. They don't have the potato. So anyway, so now listen to this. In the quietness of the garage, listen carefully. Can you hear that noise? Can you hear it? I can hear it, and I got bad hearing. Listen. So those kind of little noises like that send alarms off to me. For one thing, I just got back from California with this bike and with this back wheel. Out there and back. Did the East Coast before that in June. Out there and back. 20,000 miles-ish. You know, in there. 4 tires. This is my 4th one. So 15,000 miles. You should working on 20. Should say. So I get a little bit spooky when I hear noises like that. All right. On these gear drive Yamahas, on these shaft drive Yamahas, there's a, see this, we went through this before. I showed you how to grease these. This one, I think, is running dry again. Now I pulled these and greased these pins early on in the season, and back in June when I spooned on that first tire for the season, the Kenda, I pulled this out and greased these. All right, but you can tell. Listen, you can tell that's loose. I think that's where my noise is coming from. What I'm going to do here is I'm going I'm going to backtrack, and I'm going to find out where it's coming from. If that's not where it's at, then we're going to be putting bearings into this puppy before we go to Sturgis. And that's we're leaving on Thursday. And it's Monday today. I better get humping. So, anyway, there's a trick for you. Focus, quietness of your own garage, spin that back tire, and listen. If that's a bearing, that's a problem. Get your bearings before you hit the road, before you start